100 English phrasal verbs and collocations with definitions and examples. Breakdown. Definition. To stop functioning of machinery. Example. My car broke down on the way to work. Call off. Definition. To cancel something. Example. They called off the meeting due to bad weather. Catch up. Definition. To reach the same standard or level as others. Example. She needs to catch up on her studies. Cut down. Definition. To reduce the amount of something. Example. He is trying to cut down on smoking. Drop off. Definition. To fall asleep or to decrease. Example. I dropped off during the lecture. Figure out. Definition. To understand or solve something. Example. I can't figure out this math problem. Give up. Definition. To stop trying. Example. She decided to give up smoking. Hold on. Definition. To wait. Example. Please hold on for a moment. Keep up. Definition. To maintain the same level or pace. Example. It's hard to keep up with all the changes. Look after. Definition. To take care of someone or something. Example. She looks after her younger brother. Make up. Definition. To invent a story or excuse. Example. He made up an excuse for being late. Pick up. Definition. To collect someone or something. Example. Can you pick up the kids from school? Run into. Definition. To meet someone unexpectedly. Example. I ran into an old friend at the mall. Take off. Definition. To remove something or to leave the ground plain. Example. The plane took off at noon. Turn down. Definition. To refuse or reject. Example. He turned down the job offer. Work out. Definition. To exercise or find a solution. Example. I need to work out the details of the plan. Bring up. Definition. To raise a topic or child. Example. She brought up an interesting point. Get along. Definition. To have a good relationship. Example. They get along well with each other. Set up. Definition. To establish or arrange something. Example. They set up a new company. Turn off. Definition. To stop a machine or device. Example. Please turn off the lights when you leave. Break up. Definition. To end a relationship. Example. They decided to break up after 5 years together. Cheer up. Definition. To make someone feel happier. Example. He tried to cheer her up with a joke. Find out. Definition. To discover or learn information. Example. I need to find out who is responsible. Give in. Definition. To surrender or yield. Example. He finally gave in to the pressure. Hang out. Definition. To spend time with someone casually. Example. They often hang out at the park. Keep in touch. Definition. To maintain contact. Example. Let's keep in touch after graduation. Let down. Definition. To disappoint someone. Example. I don't want to let you down. Look forward to. Definition. To anticipate with pleasure. Example. I'm looking forward to the weekend. Make out. Definition. To see or understand something with difficulty. Example. I can't make out what you're saying. Put off. Definition: to postpone or delay. Example: we had to put off the meeting until next week. Run out of. Definition: to use up all of something. Example: we've run out of milk. Set off. Definition: to start a journey. Example: we set off early to avoid traffic. Take after. Definition: to resemble a family member. Example: she takes after her mother. Turn up. Definition: to arrive or appear unexpectedly. Example: he turned up late to the party. Back up. Definition: to support or make a copy of data. Example: please back up your files. Call back. Definition: to return a phone call. Example: I'll call you back in a few minutes. Cut off. Definition: to interrupt or stop something. Example: the internet connection was cut off. Drop by. Definition: to visit casually. Example: I might drop by your place later. End up. Definition: to reach a final place or situation. Example: we ended up at the wrong destination. Get over. Definition: to recover from something. Example: it took her a while to get over the flu. Hold up. Definition: to delay or support. Example: the traffic held us up for an hour. Look out. Definition: to be careful or watchful. Example: look out for the car. Make up for. Definition: to compensate for something. Example: he made up for being late by buying dinner. Pick out. Definition: to choose or select. Example: can you help me pick out a dress? Put on. Definition: to wear clothing or to organize an event. Example: she put on her coat before leaving. Run out. Definition: to exhaust the supply of something. Example: we ran out of time during the test. Settle down. Definition: to establish a stable life. Example: they decided to settle down and start a family. Take up. Definition: to start a new hobby or activity. Example: she took up painting as a hobby. Turn in. Definition: to submit or go to bed. Example: I need to turn in my report by Monday. Break into. Definition: to enter a place by force. Example: someone broke into the house last night. Catch on. Definition: to understand or become popular. Example: the new slang caught on quickly. Come across. Definition: to find something by chance. Example: I came across an old photo album. Do without. Definition: to manage without something. Example: we can do without the extra expenses. Fall apart. Definition: to break into pieces. Example: the chair fell apart when I sat on it. Get away. Definition: to escape. Example: they managed to get away from the crowd. Hand in. Definition: to submit something. Example: please hand in your assignments by Friday. Keep up with. Definition: to stay informed or maintain the same pace. Example: I can't keep up with all the latest news. Let in. Definition: to allow someone to enter. Example: she let me in when I arrived. Look back. Definition: to reflect on the past. Example: he often looks back on his childhood. Make it up to. Definition: to do something nice for someone you have upset. Example: he promised to make it up to her for missing her birthday. Put up with. Definition: to tolerate. Example: I can't put up with this noise anymore. Run across. Definition: to meet or find by chance. Example: I ran across an old friend in the park. Set aside. Definition: to save something for a special purpose. Example: she set aside some money for the trip. Take in. Definition: to understand or to take care of someone. Example: it was a lot of information to take in. Turn over. Definition: to flip something or to transfer control. Example: the police asked him to turn over his passport. Break through. Definition: to overcome an obstacle. Example: scientists have broken through many barriers in cancer research. Catch up with. Definition: to reach someone who is ahead. Example: I need to catch up with my colleagues. Come up with. Definition: to think of a plan or idea. Example: she came up with a brilliant solution. Fall behind. Definition: to fail to keep up with. Example: he fell behind in his studies. Get along with. Definition: to have a good relationship with. Example: she gets along with everyone at work. Hand out. Definition: to distribute something. Example: the teacher handed out the test papers. Keep away. Definition: to avoid getting close to something. Example: keep away from the edge of the cliff. Look into. Definition: to investigate. Example: the police are looking into the matter. Make up to. Definition: to attempt to win favor with someone. Example: he made up to the boss by working late. Put back. Definition: to return something to its original place. Example: please put back the books after you read them. Run off. Definition: to leave quickly. Example: he ran off when he saw the police. Set out. Definition: to begin a journey. Example: they set out early in the morning. Take over. Definition: to assume control. Example: he will take over the company next year. Turn out. Definition: to result in or to attend. Example: it turned out to be a great day. Break out. Definition: to escape or start suddenly. Example: a fire broke out in the building. Catch up on. Definition: to do something you have missed. Example: I need to catch up on my reading. Come up. Definition: to be mentioned or to occur. Example: the topic came up during the meeting. Fall out. Definition: to quarrel or disagree. Example: they fell out over a trivial matter. Get back. Definition: to return. Example: I need to get back home by 5 p.m. Hand over. Definition: to give control to someone else. Example: he handed over the documents to the manager. Keep off. Definition: to stay away from. Example: please keep off the grass. Look up. Definition: to search for information. Example, you can look up the word in the dictionary. Make out to be. Definition, to pretend to be something. Example, he made himself out to be a hero. Put through. Definition, to connect a phone call. Example, can you put me through to the manager? Run up. Definition, to accumulate bills debt. Example, he ran up a huge bill at the restaurant. Set up for. Definition, to prepare for something. Example, they set up for the party early in the morning. Take off from. Definition, to leave a place quickly. Example, they took off from the party without saying goodbye. Turn around. Definition, to change direction. Example, he turned around when he heard his name. Break down into. Definition, to divide into smaller parts. Example, the project was broken down into smaller tasks. Catch up to. Definition, to reach a level or standard. Example, she worked hard to catch up to her peers. Come out. Definition, to be published or become known. Example, the new book will come out next week. Fall through. Definition, to fail to happen. Example, our plans fell through at the last minute. Get out of. Definition, to avoid something. Example, he tried to get out of doing his chores. Hand into. Definition, to submit something to someone. Example, she handed in her resignation to her boss. Keep in with. Definition, to maintain good relations. Example, it's important to keep in with your neighbors.